Rates versus fees, part 2. We're going to talk about some more riveting mortgage content today. We're going to talk about the difference between your mortgage interest rate and your fees and what you're paying in the back end. And we already talked in part 1 about what points were and really interesting examples to take a look at. So in this first example, let's take a look. We have a $300,000 loan amount. Now we're going to go with loan amount. We're not going to go with your purchase price, because the loan amount is really what matters here, because that's what we're going to be basing the interest rate on and amortizing based on. So that's the most important number. Let's say our interest rate is 6 1/4. We're paying 1 point. 1 point is 1% of the loan amount. So we're at $3,000 for a $300,000 loan amount. Yeah. Monthly payment here, and this is just principal and interest. Very important, because we just want to look at that principal and interest in order to make the comparison. Is $1,847. The total closing costs, about $6,000, includes the $3,000 point. Okay. Now, option 2, we have a higher interest rate, but no points at all. So no additional fee, no $3,000. Our interest rate 6.625, no points. Monthly payment is $1,920. And the total closing cost now just $3,000 because no point, right? So what's the difference here? We have a monthly payment savings of $73 per month, lower in option 1. Time to break even on the $3,000 that you paid. So you're going to divide $3,000 by $73 and you're going to get 41 months. So about 3.5 years. Which is better? If you're staying in the home for more than 3.5 years, paying the point will make sense. It saves you money long term. But even if you stay in the house long term, but you think the interest rates are going to go down, and you might refinance before 3.5 years, remember your break-even point is at 3.5 years. So that's something to consider as well. If you're planning to move or refinance sooner, it's better to skip the extra cost and take the slightly higher payment. Some lenders don't give you a whole lot of choice. I have seen situations where people have come to me after being with another lender where the lender included points even though they asked not to have any, or where the lender included some extra charges to beef up those closing fees. And so that was a way for them to offer a slightly lower interest rate, but they really were still kind of balancing it out. They just weren't checking. And this is why, for me, it's so important that it is your choice as the consumer, because you should know. You should know what your choices are, what your options are. That said, closing fees kind of are what they are. Each lender has a lender fee, the cost of just doing the loan. Each lender is going to have to pay an appraiser, and the appraisers do charge somewhere between $400 and could be even $900 depending on your market and depending on who you need to use. And then there are title fees, and those are pretty standardized between the different title companies, so it's not going to vary all that much, but those are definitely fees that have to be paid. I hope this information helps. If it does, give me a like and follow, and I hope you guys have a great day.